Welcome back, everybody. This is my Black Friday special for 2025. I did one of these 2 years ago. I'm not sure why I didn't do it last year, but I'm back for 2025 Black Friday. I've got 39 products for you that meet 3 criteria. Number 1, I used and/or reviewed it. Number 2, I liked it. And number 3, it's actually on sale. Not one of these fake sales where it's the same price as always and they say it's on sale, or they mark it up to mark it back down. So these 39 products have met all 3 of these criteria. These are first-hand recommendations. Now for the 3 of you who remember my 2023 Black Friday special, you might recall that I used 2 browser extensions of Microsoft Shopping and Keepa, and I'm not using Microsoft Shopping this year for a couple reasons. First of all, I don't think it's as accurate as Keepa. Number 2, it goes back too far in time, so the average is kind of off. And number 3, there's been some lawsuits and some accusations about Microsoft Shopping, so I'd rather just leave it out. We're sticking with Keepa for this video. Now, as you may know, a lot of Black Friday sales aren't really that great. Some of these may not be as good at deals as they want you to believe, but they're still pretty good deals to begin with. So let's start with the first item, which is the Blink security cameras. All right, so this is a 5-pack of Blink Outdoor 4 wireless security cameras. I use the older generation. I have a couple of these around my house. I didn't review them. I paid about 40 bucks a piece for mine. These are on sale right now for about 24 each. They say 60% off, but if you go down to Keepa here, let's see, it looks like prior to the November, it was $299 and then $134. So if you believe the $299, it actually is 60% off. What I like about the Blink security cameras is they're wireless. You can put them anywhere and the batteries last a long time. One of the biggest pains about a lot of security cameras is having to wire them up. These you don't have to. 5 cameras for $120, that's a good price. Next up at 47% off is something I have reviewed, I still use, which is the ChomChom hand massager. Not only is it a hand massager, it's a hand warmer also. If you look at the listing here, it does say 47% off at $53. Now I paid $55 for mine, which is about the same price. That was over a year ago. If you look down at Keepa here, it looks like it has kind of bounced around, but the high end of the range is $99.98. And if you believe that, it is 47% off. And also keep in mind, the color also changes. Some of these are still $99. It's a bit of a niche product, but it's something I still enjoy, and it's kind of a cool gift idea. Next up for pet owners, a #1 bestseller, also marked down, is the ChomChom Roller. I have this, I have used it. I've also used knockoffs as well, and this is kind of the gold standard. It's currently listed at 47% off, $14.70. If you head down to Keepa here, it looks like it's mainly been $24.99, which is a little bit less than the list price of $27.99. That still puts it about 41% off, still not too bad. If you deal with pet hair in your furniture, ChomChom Roller at $14.70, that's a good price. Next up is one I still use, and that is the Supvan label maker. When I hear Supvan, I think of this image right here. Supvan. Now this is currently listed at 43% off, $17.07, with a list price of $29.99, but Keepa showing that it really is only sold at $28.98. That makes it 41% and not 47. Still a pretty good price for that one. I will point out though that the refill's not on sale. And when I bought this a year ago, it was only a little bit more than that at 18 bucks. So it went up over 2025 and has dropped back down. The next one is listed at 50% off. Well, I'm not sure it's quite 50% off, but that is the Roku 4K. I'm a fan of Roku. I've got several of them around my house. This one, they say the list price is $49.99 and it's on sale for $24.99. Heading down to Keepa though, we see it's kind of all over the place. I mean, I've seen it at 34, I've seen it at 29, so it's really kind of hard to say what the actual long-term price has been to this one. But $24.99 is the lowest it's been in over 3 months, so I certainly think it's a sale price. Not to mention it's got a 4.7-star rating among over 92,000 ratings. It's a solid product, and I actually use 2 of them in my house. Next up is a product that's marked down 38% and something I use all the time. That's a Waterpik. If you've never jumped on the Waterpik bandwagon, this is the time to check it out, because it's actually on sale. They're showing a price of $49.99, down from $79.99. Keepa is showing that's generally true with a couple of sale prices in between. I bought mine from my dentist. I think I paid 80 bucks for it, so that's about the right price. Might be kind of a funny gift idea to give someone Waterpiks. Like, you better clean your teeth a little better, and here's a gift for that. But let's move on to the next item. Now, this is a Kitchenaid Can Opener, which I'm a huge fan of. I know it's kind of a basic item, but it's Kitchenaid and it's on sale. Gotta check it out. Now they're saying it's $8.99, 50% off, down from $17.99. But if you go down to Keepa, it looks like it's mainly been about $14 to $16. That's making it more like a 37% off sale price. Not bad. Not quite 50%, but if you can get a good KitchenAid can opener for $9, I'd say jump on it. Now we went from the cheap end up to the expensive end. Now about a DJI Power Station. As you can see here, I bought one last year. I bought one last year as part of the Black Friday special. You can see it November 30th last year. They're saying it's 36% off at $449, regularly $700. Taking a look at Keepa, it is normally $699, so it's a true sale price. Now they have dropped it down before, but lately it has been about $700. So this is definitely a great one for emergencies, for backup power. It's not like a full generator, but it's something that's much more compact. I liked it enough last year to buy it myself, so that's a recommendation right there. Speaking of power, listed at 35% off is the Ugreen charging block that looks like a little robot. And you can see I bought that last October. I was gonna review it, but I ended up just using it, not reviewing it. Now they're saying that it's 35% off a list price of 50 bucks. I should point out that customers usually keep this item. Normally it's about 50 bucks, so their sale price is accurate. That's right. It's a legitimate 35% off, and I will say I use this all the time. If you haven't jumped on the fast charging bandwagon, not only is this a good option, but it's also cute too. Next up is a product I reviewed back in May, and that is the digital microscope. They are advertising it at 33% off, at about 20 bucks. It looks like it's been around 30 lately, but it's been really, look at this, back and forth. It's really a bipolar price right here, back and forth between 20 and 30. I paid $24 for it back in May, so depending on how you look at it, it's either an okay sale or a pretty good one. But it does work. It's kind of a cool gift idea, so either way, it is still marked down. Next up is one that was marked Black Friday yesterday, but it's not now, but I'm gonna include it anyways, and that's the Bartesian. It's funny, when it said Black Friday deal, it said 37% off. It no longer says Black Friday deal, but it's the same percent off, so who knows? I don't understand how Amazon comes up with these crazy labels, like Amazon's Choice. What does that even mean? All right, so they're saying it's 37% off the normal list price of $369. Let's take a closer look here. Now, as you can see, in early November, it dropped to $249, but prior to that, it was $349, even $399. So its recent price cut really is about a 33 to 37% drop from its normal price. I purchased it back in 2022, and I paid $350 for mine, so it's still cheaper than I bought it 3 years ago. Next up at 31%, we have the Shokz OpenRun Pro 2 bone conduction earphones. Headphones or earphones? I don't know. Now, it is a #1 bestseller. They say it's 31% off their normal of $179. I have the older model. I paid $130 for that. So the older model is a little bit more expensive than what you would be paying for these. Keep is showing it's been consistently $180 across the board. It was briefly $140, but right now, as low as it's gonna get. If you've been looking to jump on the bandwagon of bone conduction headphones, this is a good place to start. Next up is one I actually was using quite a bit until fairly recently, and that is the Popsmith popcorn maker. A lot of people didn't want to buy it because it's too expensive. I paid $199 for mine. They're saying the list price is $230. Of course, I bought mine almost a year ago. Keep is showing that it really has been $230 for the last several months. It just recently dropped down to $189. And then after that, $159. So if you were kind of considering this, thought it was too expensive, it's actually a pretty good price to pick this one up. Now, was it better than the Whirly Pop, which is similar? Now, that's a topic of another discussion. But I will say one thing is the Popsmith goes in the dishwasher. Whirly Pop doesn't. For some people, that might be reason enough to pick it up, but right now, it's at a good price. Next up is one I reviewed way back in 2022, and that is the EyeVac. It's a floor vacuum. You just sweep into it. I still use mine. It's still sitting out there. I use it all the time. They're saying it's 30% off of a list price of $169. Keep is showing that it's been $169 across the board. No variation whatsoever. Now, 3 years ago, I paid $114 for that, but it's been higher than that ever since then. So this sale price will let you party again like it's 2022. Next up is a product I didn't review, but I use all the time, which is a Fitbit Inspire 3. Now, I paid 80 bucks for mine, but it was on sale. They're saying the list price is 99 with the sale price of 69, 30% off. Keep is showing it kind of all over the place. Typically, it's been about 80 though. It has dropped down to 70 before, but it's been 80 or even higher than that. So I think that if you can grab it when it's on sale, I do recommend using these. I use it for tracking my sleep, and it's been pretty helpful as far as that goes. Next up is a product that's the only thing I subscribe to on Amazon. It's not a product, it's a drink, and that's the Zoa Pineapple Coconut. As you can see right here, I subscribe to it. Normally this runs about 30 bucks. I don't even need to look at Keep. I can tell you, it usually runs about 30, sometimes more. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's usually 29, 31. It's rarely down at 20, rarely. So when it is, I pick up extra. This is what I have first thing in the morning before I have coffee. I'm a huge fan of this flavor, and if you've never tried it before, this might be a good chance to pick it up. Next up was my #1 product of the year in 2017, which are the ThinOptics eyeglasses. They say that the current sale is 33% off, a list price of about $27. Keep is showing a pretty wide range of prices, but I don't see a 27 in there anywhere. Now keep in mind, not just with ThinOptics, but with other products as well, sometimes the price varies on the color. So here you have a 1920 that's 40% off. This one's 33% off, so it varies quite a bit. They generally are on sale from the normal price, and if you've never used these before, they're actually very convenient reading glasses to carry with you. Next up is a product I was a big fan of when I reviewed it last year, which is the Sensarte Pan. Here it is, the illustrious and elusive Amazon's Choice and Black Friday deal. They say the list price is $24, currently on sale for $17. Once again, customers usually keep that item. That does bode well. And as you can see, normally it is about 24 bucks. A couple of times it's dropped down, but right now it is as low as it gets. So I've been using this regularly since I reviewed it a year and a half ago, and it's held up like a champ. This is a very good, inexpensive nonstick pan. Now here's one I just reviewed a couple months ago, which is the French fry cutter. They're saying that this is 28% off at a list price of $52.99, and you can see it is mostly $52.99. You have a couple dips here and there, but it's been pretty consistently 53 bucks. So the sale price is accurate. It does work if you make a lot of French fries yourself, so it's something you might want to consider. Next up is a product that was going on everywhere in early 2024, and that's the Presto Stuffler. It is on sale. They're saying 33% off a list price of $55. Now, I paid $50 for it, so it's definitely less than what I paid for. I'm seeing only $50, not $54, but it's still marked down from that. As you can see, there's kind of a cliff it falls off of right here. So if this was something you were considering, but it seemed too expensive, this is a good chance to take the plunge. Speaking of taking the plunge on something that's overpriced, let's take a look at the HexClad here. This is the 12-inch pan, the one I reviewed years ago. It's currently $134, marked down 25% from the normal of $180. I must point out though, when I bought mine 6 years ago, I paid 130 bucks for it. But I looked it up on an inflation calculator. If you account for inflation, 130 in 2019 is 161 now, so it's still on sale from that. It's a #1 bestseller. It is marked down, and I've used mine for 6 years and it's held up, so this is actually not a bad price. Next up is a product I'm actually in the process of reviewing right now, and that are these Ototo measuring cups and spoons that look like a snail. They say it's marked down 25% from the list price of $20. Once again, this is one that customers always keep, and the price has been pretty consistently about 20 bucks, so it is a true sale price. I'm still testing these. I'm not sure how much I like them, but they do seem pretty good so far. Next up is another one I tested recently, and that's the Robot Artist. I paid $56.99 for this. It's currently $54.13, so not much cheaper than I bought it for, but the list price is $70. Let's see. I mean, you can see it does kind of bounce all over the place. It's been as much as $100, it's been $70, so I'm not sure how good of a deal that is, because it seems like whenever you get it, it's like a crapshoot. But right now it's on the low end of the range, so if you were looking at getting it, especially for Christmas, this is something to consider. Next up is one that blew up on TikTok and also seemed to make some people angry, and that's the Flipwrap. It's currently in Amazon's choice, whatever that means. It's marked down, they say 20% from the list price of $25, and it looks like it's been generally $25, but also it's been kind of in the $20 range as well. So depending on when you've got it, it may or may not be a Black Friday deal at all. But it is at the low end of its range, and if it's something that appeals to you, this might be a good time to get it. Next up is one I also reviewed relatively recently, and that's the Word Clock. This is kind of a cool item. It's more of a display piece, and also a conversation piece as well. It tells the time in words instead of numbers. They're saying that it's marked down 26% from the normal price of $30. Keep is saying more like $27.64, so it's more like 20% off rather than 26, which still isn't that bad. It's definitely one of those things that's kind of a niche use for it, but also kind of a cool gift idea for someone who has everything. Next up is a product I have not reviewed, but I've used quite a bit, and that is the Lark M2 Microphone, which if you ever see one of my vlogs, that's what I use for my vlogs. It's a wireless microphone that goes in your phone or your camera. Right now it's marked down to 80 bucks from the list price of 99. I paid 99 for it, so that's a true price right there. 20% off, not too bad. I've had no real complaints about it except for the fact that the transmitters don't go in the case, and I've lost it twice now. Other than that, it's worked great. Next up is a product that I did early 2025, which was the Ninja Swirl. They've renamed it to the Ninja Creami Scoop and Swirl, which it's harder to say. Basically, it's a Ninja Creami that allows you to do soft serve as well. They're saying the list price is $350. It's marked down 20%. And it has been generally in the $335 to $350 range on Keepa. I paid $379 for it when it first came out, so this is $100 off from what I paid. Next up, if you want to sharpen your pencils in style, how about the robot pencil sharpener? This is an automatic hands-free pencil sharpener that looks like a robot. Now, I paid 40 bucks for this only a few months back, and right now it's $33.99. I thought it was a bit expensive before, but that seems a little bit closer to the price I'd pay for it. Keepa itself is also showing $49.99 across the board until very recently, so this is a true sale of the robot pencil sharpener. Next up is one of the most recent reviews I did, and it's something I complain a little bit about the price, and that is the Benty Cakes original CakePuck mold set. I paid about $35 for the mold set. Right now it's $29.24, so it is marked down, maybe not 25% from what I paid. Keep is showing that it was actually $35 and then went up before it went back down. So I mean, I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, but you know, that seems a little sketchy sometimes. But on the other hand, Amazon does say most customers usually keep this item. I was pretty happy with the CakePucks that I made, so I think this is actually a pretty cool product. Next up, for those of you who have not quite jumped on the VR bandwagon, how about the MetaQuest 3S? That's the newer, lower end model, the kind of an entry level model. I have the original at the 3S, but this one is marked down 17% from $300 to $249. And as you can see here, usually is about $300, but once in a while even jumps even higher than that. So I would say $249, 50 bucks off, not a bad price for an entry-level VR unit. Next up, at a moderate 16% off, is the Wonder Oven. This is a countertop oven that was advertised from the same people that put out the Always Pan a few years ago. This one I reviewed earlier this year, and it's still on my counter. That's right, I use it almost every day. So as someone who's used it quite regularly, I do say it works pretty well. They're saying a 16% off, list price of $185, and as you can see, it normally is around $185 with a couple of dips in there. So if you're in the market for a good countertop oven, this is a pretty good choice. Speaking of things on my countertop, this next item is also there as well. That's the Cuisinart coffee maker. Now, this is another one that was listed as a Black Friday deal yesterday. It's not anymore, but it has the same amount taken off, so who knows? But I reviewed this one 3 years ago. It's still on my countertop, and I use it every single day, so I'm pretty happy with this one. Now, I paid $100 for it 3 years ago. But it looks like, according to Keepa, usually it's about $130. So you can see it just recently dropped to about $108, and that's what the price is right now. So it's a good coffee maker if you're looking to invest in one. Now, this next one I reviewed about a year and a half ago, and it's really cool. It's actually a paper towel holder with a built-in spray pump bottle. That is the Simplehuman paper towel holder. It's a moderate 16% off, but normally the price is about 70 bucks. So if you can get it for 60, 10 bucks off, not a bad deal. This is something that I loaned out for a while. I had to ask for it back because the person that borrowed from me liked it that much. It might be kind of a weird gift idea, but maybe not for someone that likes that kind of thing. Earlier, I talked about the ThinOptics reading glasses. I got another set of reading glasses for you, and that are these, which are kind of an off-brand, but it's something that I personally use. You can see I bought these in August 2024. They're ultra cheap. They're cheap glasses, but sometimes you want to have just cheap ones laying around. I never run out of them because there's always some laying around. Now, the sale price, they say 32% off a list price of about 20. It's rarely 20, it's more like about 16, so it's only a couple bucks off. But you can see 93,000 people have reviewed it. It has good reviews. I've used it. I've actually bought 2 of these before. So even though the sale price is kind of minimal, it's still something to invest in. In early 2025, I tested the next item, which is the Chateau Spill red wine stain remover. I found that this did work, and it worked surprisingly well. So if you can get it right now, you can see the price has been kind of all over the place. Now, I did pay about $7.50 for it. It was on sale at the time, so it was less than it is now. I'm not sure this is the greatest Black Friday deal out there, but it is on sale from where it has been, and it does work, so something to point out. The next item is something I reviewed in early 2025. I've been using it every day since then, and that is a projection clock. When I wake up in the morning, I open my eyes and I see the time projected on my ceiling. I paid about 20 bucks for it. The list price is 21. Keep is showing 21 as well, so it just recently dropped off to the current sale price. I'm a huge fan of this item, so I would suggest taking a look at this one. Next up, another Ninja product, which would be the Ninja Crispi. This one is a 15% off the normal price of $180. Now, I should point out that some of these are $152 and there's $170, $159, so the color actually makes a difference. There's some pretty cool colors they have now. When I bought it, it only had black. I paid $160 for it. It's been $160 for about a month now, but prior to that it was $180, so it is a true sale price heading into Black Friday. If you've never jumped on the Ninja Crispi bandwagon, this could be a chance to do so. Now, my penultimate product of this overview is kind of an iffy sale price. I'm not sure the sale price is that accurate, and that is for these sleep masks. Now, they say 44% off, a list price of 16 bucks. I paid 10 bucks for these a year and a half ago. Keep us showing 10 bucks. So really it's like $1 off. So I'm not really sure about that sale price, but they are good. I just don't think it's 44% off. It's more like 10% off. For my final product, it's another one of those kind of iffy sale prices, and that's for the Ember Mug, the heated coffee mug, which I tested quite a while ago. This is a different model than the one I used. Now, they're showing a 30% off a list price of $130, but if you scroll down here, there's not many 130s in here. It's mostly in the 90s, so it's more like 5 to 10% off. I did like it, but that percent off is a bit inflated as far as I can tell. Well, that's it as far as these 39 Black Friday sale prices go. And I should point out, prices can and will change over time. This is just a snapshot of this moment. I'll also include a link below that has all the prices of the items discussed in this video. So good luck in your holiday shopping. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.